Well, good evening, everyone, ladies, gentlemen, ghosts, and ghouls, and welcome to special Halloween edition of Nathbet. That's right, it's week 10. Let's make sure that we've got plenty of treats and not a lot of tricks this week. Hopefully, we left them behind. Week 9, there was plenty of bloodshed in that one. Unfortunately, it was probably our worst week by a distance actually last week. But you're going to get them from time to time. We've had 8 really good weeks. Okay, so the ninth wasn't so good. Let's make up for it in this one. I think we've got some spectacular bets for you today, mainly on Saturday, the odd one on Sunday, but let's get straight on with the double. And first bet of the weekend, and we're looking at Manchester United. Now they travel to Fulham. We're going to back Manchester United to, after building on that Stoke win, to go to Fulham and win. Fulham, obviously, after winning Palace and going to Palace and winning successfully and looking very, very good, they were back to their usual selves and were absolutely terrible at Southampton. Add to that an absolutely heartbreaking 4-3 loss in midweek. That's going to have sapped plenty of energy out of the players that were involved on that night. I think I counted 6 first-team regulars that were involved in that game, whether from the bench or in the starting lineup itself. United had a very easy win in comparison against Norwich at home, and they could obviously rest plenty of their players. So I do think that David Moyes is starting to turn it around very slowly but surely. But I think that they've got a good record at Fulham, Manchester United, and I fully expect them to go there and win. United available at 8-13. That's going to be our first bet in the safe double this week. Double them up with Leeds United. Then they entertain Yeovil at Ellen Road. Now Leeds have been, in and out really all season under Neil Warnock, especially their away form. But their home form has been pretty strong as of late, and a Yeovil side who struggle. They've only won 1 game on the road this season. I do expect these are the type of games that Leeds win at home and will make them a top 8 side come the end of the season. So we're going to back Leeds to beat Yeovil. Like I say, the price is 8-11, which is a nice price. I would have thought it would have been short, but because of Leeds' struggles on the road, it's probably a little bit bigger than it should be. So we're going to take them to beat Yeovil 8-11. So Manchester United to beat Fulham and Leeds to beat Yeovil gives us a 2-1 double, and that is with Bet Victor. Okay, on with the treble, and we're going to go up to Newcastle United, who entertained Chelsea. Now Newcastle had that horrible loss against their local rival Sunderland last weekend. Add to that plenty of first-team players in midweek playing in that 2-2 draw with Manchester City. And I just don't expect them to get anything when Chelsea come to town. Chelsea obviously beat Manchester City at home in the league. They're riding high. I think that they're going to be there. It's going between them and Manchester City for the title this season. I think the City will probably edge it in the end, actually. They're my fancy. But I do think that Chelsea should go up to Newcastle, especially with that defence as it is at the moment. Plenty of injuries. Okay, Ben Arfa is the one to watch. He looks to have won his place back in the side and is playing up front. Don't know whether that's the best place for him or not, but that's where Alan Pardew's playing on it. Plenty of pressure up there, and if they do go down early to an early goal, then I do think that the boos and the taunts and that crowd can get very hard to play in front of. If it gets nasty early on, I do think that Chelsea will win this game. They're 8-13. And I expect them to go to St James's Park and come away with all 3 points. So we're going to take them at 8-13 to beat Newcastle United. That's the first bet of the treble. Second bet, guys, and we are looking at Oxford. We're going into League One. Oxford to beat Bristol Rovers. Now Oxford's home form has been excellent. They've won 5 out of the last 6 at home. Bristol Rovers have got the worst record, the second worst record in the Football League. They've only won 1 on their travels all season, so we're going to back them. Oxford 4-5. Now Oxford are third favourites to go up this year, and quite rightly so. They've done very well. They've got fully fit squad to choose from, and I do think that Bristol Rovers, the worst record in that league at the moment in League One, and I do think that going to Oxford, they're going to be too much for them. So Oxford available at 4-5. And the last one on the list, that's West Brom against Crystal Palace. Now, West Brom and Crystal Palace are both pretty abysmal as of late. West Brom going to Liverpool and getting absolutely smashed to pieces at 4-1 at Anfield, Suarez and Sturridge is obviously the hot combination at the moment, and I'm sure there's plenty more sides that go to Anfield this season and concede 2, 3, or even more than that. But saying that, Crystal Palace have just been woeful all season, haven't they? I mean, they're absolutely miles apart from the rest of the league. Even the teams Cardiff and Hull City who have gone up have made definitely a better fist of it than they have. They look like the ones who are going to be left adrift come Christmas time. And managerless at the moment, obviously. After losing Ian Holloway, said his passion had gone for the game and he couldn't take them forward. So managerless, and obviously there'll be a reaction from the players after losing their manager. But going to West Brom with the likes of Sessegnon ready to go, Nicholas Anelka has won his place back in the starting lineup, and you add to that Victor Anachibi. They've got plenty of options, and I do like West Brom to win this game. They're available at 4-7, so it is a skinny-ish price, but a win's a win, and we're going to take that. Gives us a 4-1 treble, guys. That's with Bet Victor again. Bet Victor actually the best price, the best odds, the best bookmaker, double, treble, and fourth this week. Remember, you do not need to navigate away from this screen. Click the Bet Victor sign just below where we're putting all these prices. Go through. If you haven't opened an account, make sure you do. Get all the free money that you can. Free money is free money, guys. You're still getting the profit back. It's still real money that you're getting back. If you haven't done it, open an account with them. Fantastic. They always have the best odds. At least 2 of the 3 tips that we give. Bet Victor are always prominent in the best odds that we give out here at Nathbet.com. So if you haven't, make sure you open an account. If you've got 7 or 8 accounts and you haven't got a Bet Victor account, get on a Bet Victor account, guys. It is the way forward. So Chelsea, Oxford and West Brom, that gives us a 4-1, like I said, a 4-1 treble on that one. Okay, Ipswich is the first one in the fourfold, guys. Ipswich to beat Barnsley at home. Now Ipswich have been excellent. They really have at home at Portman Road. They've been very good in there. 8-11 to beat Barnsley. Now Barnsley have definitely shown an improvement as of late. However, it has been at home, it has been at Oakwell, and I wouldn't like to back against Barnsley at this present moment. If they were playing at home, but they're not. They're on the travels. They've played 6 on the travels this season. They've got an excellent record of 1-0, drawn 0, lost 6. So for Ipswich to be priced at 8-11, okay, they're not in the top echelons of the best in the form table at home, but I do expect them to win this game. Long trip for Barnsley across into East Anglia, and I just think they'll come away with 0 points. 8-11, like I say, about Ipswich. Preston is the second game that we're tipping. Preston to beat Tranmere Rovers. Much for the same reason, really. Tranmere, bottom 4 of the league, and struggle when they do go on their travels away from home. Preston have been very good. They're scoring goals, Preston. I think they've scored 8 in their last 3 at home, and I do like a team, especially at home, who score goals, just in case that they do. And it just happens to teams, they can lose concentration, maybe take teams for granted and concede early on. As long as there's plenty of time left in the game, I do expect quality to rise up through that 90 minutes. And I just think that Preston will be too much of Tranmere on the day. Preston available at 8-13 to beat Tranmere Rovers. Okay, into the Championship now for the last 2 in the fourfold. And Queen's Park Rangers, who have had it a bit tough as of late. They've had a few injuries, and they obviously lost to Burnley last week on their travels. Then when they went to Wigan in midweek, that was a difficult game. They drew 0-0 there. So they'll be very happy, Harry Redknapp, to go back to Loftus Road and entertain Derby County under Steve McLaren, who are much improved. They are scoring goals, but I do expect Queen's Park Rangers to be too much for Derby County on this occasion at home. So Queen's Park Rangers, a very nice price, even money to win that game. I'm going to take them to beat Derby County. And finally, Sheffield Wednesday entertain Reading. We're going to go for an away win on this fixture. Sheffield Wednesday only won 1 at home all season. That's why they're in the bottom 5 of the league at the moment, whereas Reading are flying high. And I do think that they travel very, very well. Actually, they've actually got a better away record than they have at home this season. And I just think that 6-4 about Reading to win that game. I think that it's a pretty even game. I think Sheffield Wednesday 13-8, something along those lines. But I do think 6-4 is a nice price away from home. They should score 1 or 2 goals, and the defence has been excellent as of late. So I think that Reading will have too much for Sheffield Wednesday on this occasion. So that gives us Ipswich to beat Barnsley, Preston to beat Tranmere, Queen's Park Rangers to beat Derby in that last one. We're expecting Reading to go to Sheffield Wednesday and win away from home. Now, being Halloween, guys, you must know what this price is with Bet Victor. Come on. And it's not 666 to 1. I wish it was. It's 13 to 1. Unlucky for some, not for Nathbet, especially on Halloween. It's meant to be. It's written in the stars. Or should I say flames if we're looking at towards hell at this special Halloween holiday. 13 to 1, guys. That if that's not a sign, then I don't know what is. Have a great one. Enjoy it. Put these tips on. Get these bets on. Get these accounts open. And remember, if you've got a spare 50p, if you've got a spare 13 pence, get it on a long shot. Have a great one, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.